What is up? This is your buddy alertwolf here to bring you another anime review. This time, this is of Hunter x Hunter episode 83, Inspiration to Evolve. Now, let's just jump right into this one. Basically, the opening of the episode is really, the opening sequences is really about what the outside world is doing to deal with the situation. And the hunters basically spring into action. We find out that they're treating this very seriously. They're sending a team of hunters who people assume will be powerful hunters to deal with the situation, to crush them, and they'll be there in 3 days. We also get a breakdown of the hierarchy of chimera ants. Now, I explained this in my last review, so I'm not going to go too much into it. Essentially, I'm right. The squadron leaders are like captains. The captains are like lieutenants. The royal guard is the royal court guard squad. See what I'm saying with Bleach and how I associated the two? And the queen's on the top. But what the only new information is, when the queen gives birth to the king gets the bodyguards of the royal court guard squad, whatever, or the royal guards. They go over there and they protect the king, and then the king then searches to mate with somebody of a different species to produce and breed a new queen, and she will keep making her. Now, she, as the queen, once that changes, the squadron leaders will directly report to her again, and if she has enough in her, she'll produce more kings and more guard squads, and the cycle will repeat, and then it will spread, because each king will start to produce their own queen, and yada yada yada. So that's the only new bit of information on their hierarchy that we could attain. The interesting thing I think to note is that he goes to mate with a new female. That's cool. That's interesting. So that's it from that part of the thing. So hierarchy, what the king's true goal is, hunters are coming to save the day in 3 days, and now we go right back to where we were. Now, Gon, Kite, and Killua are being hunted by the panther dude, or not the panther dude, I think the tiger dude, or whatever he is, cat dude. He sends all his captains after them to delay them so they can catch up. Now, we also have another bar. Ramut and Colt and the owl dude are chilling, and basically Colt is trying to figure out how Ramut got so strong. He figures it must have been the attack with the Nen users, Gon and Killua. Well, he doesn't know that it's called Nen, but he realizes that maybe he came close to death, and enduring the pain was enough for him to awaken with the power. So he convinces Ramut to punch him in the face and to beat him up so that he could use the power. And he's like, "Are you sure, dude?" I was like, "Alright, you've been pissing me off lately. I've been looking to kick your ass." He's like, Nah, it's cool. You can kick my ass." He's like, "Alright, I'm not gonna hold back. I'm really gonna kick your ass." He's like, Nah, go right ahead. We cool. You kick my ass." And so he does. He beats the crap out of him. We also, just to wrap this little segment up, because I know they broke it up in the episode, the owl dude figures out, because he's the intelligent one, because he's an owl, that if they learn to use this Nen ability, or their Nen, in conjunction with their own physical powers, that it'll make superb weapons. Alright, so he's already thought of a use for it, so that's cool. And we also get Colt going, and I believe that's how the episode ends with Colt, but it doesn't matter. Colt going, that they remember that one of the rare humans was brought in to be feasted on. So if he hasn't been eaten yet, pull him, because he's gonna force Pookie into fighting, and force him to level up all the squadron leaders. So there you go. Now let's go back into the thing. So the captains try to detain our boys, and they tell them, they give them like 3 shitty options. Basically, they go with option 1, which is a one-on-one competition between all of them. So Gon goes in first. He's a slow starter, you know. He fights this armadillo dude that attacks him like Sonic the Hedgehog. And he's like, dude, if you say you give up and promise not to eat humans, I won't kill you. And then he's like, whatever. So then they fight, and Gon ends up picking up the armadillo-looking centipede thing, and he just squishes him from the inside and kills him. So it was pretty badass, because you could get the veins in his arms and everything. So then Killua goes, and Killua attacks this dude who's big, and he has like horns, and he's super powerful. And when they fight, he has armored skin. Yeah, so he couldn't directly, you know, hit him when he went in all, you know, full killer mode and claw mode. Like, it wouldn't go through. So he kept circling him and just hitting him with electricity on the same spot. Finally, it was like messed up, so he was able to put his hand in and rip out his heart and whatnot, killing him. Dead. Awesome. Love Killua and killer mode. Pretty badass. Now, afterwards, now it's Kite's turn, and the frog dude, who is I would say the head captain, or the captain in charge. Now, the whole time they were doing like a lotto machine to figure out who's going, he's like, I'm gonna go. And so, now, you know what, let me back it up a second. Now, before Kite had gone into battle, as he's watching Killua and Gon fight, he had a bad feeling that something's wrong. Because he's like, if these guys are so easy to beat, you know, why do I feel like there's something wrong? And that's when we had the scene with Rama and the Nen and all that. So that's where that happened. Now, he goes to fight. He pulls a 2 on his Lotto-matic, or on his, his slot machine thing, and he pulls out a giant death sight, and it is nasty looking, and even Gon is like, this is nasty looking. And Kite's like, yeah, I'm gonna give you like 2 seconds, or 3 seconds. You guys jump in 3 seconds. They're like, alright. And so and the frog is sensing something too. The frog dude's like, this seems familiar. What the hell am I thinking this is reminding me of? And so he goes and he slashes, and he literally gets everybody else left, because it's taking too long. So they all die. And as the frog is dying, he's like, oh yeah, I remember. This is what death feels like. And he remembers being eaten by the queen. You know, yeah, as his former self or whatever. So, you know, as they're going, now they're leaving, and they're Kite warns him to be on guard, because, you know, some of these creatures, although they're dead, may still, you know, although they've been hacked up, may still pose a threat if they let their guard down. So they're like, yeah. And so as they're walking, he goes to Gon. He's like, dude, empathizing with the enemy will get you killed out here. And Gon is like, don't worry. Anybody who considers their comrades trash, I have no mercy for. And then Kite in his head goes, that's a dangerous attitude to have. Now, at first, I thought he was saying, because that was like cold, like a switch, you know? But no, that's not what he meant. He meant, what are you going to do when you run into a guy who does care about his comrades? And we all know that's going to be Colt. So that's going to be an interesting fight. And that's pretty much the episode. Now, we got some supposition in the beginning, some knowledge being dropped on us, like, and then we got some action. And I think the balance of the two was right. It was right. I was never, although the beginning had some knowledge in it, I never felt And the pacing never felt off to me. That's what I was looking for. So I'm gonna give this one 3.5. 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was a very good episode. The fight in it is awesome. The MVP for this episode is definitely Kite. Because he was just badass in this one. So there you go. You got my MVP. And you know what? I think that's something I'm going to start to do from now on. Maybe, depending on the episode, I might give you my MVP of the episode. So there you go. MVP for this episode is Kite. So one last thing before I let you guys go. There's going to be, hopefully the trailer's out before, there's going to be a new feature I'm doing on my channel. It's a new program. I call it Anime Redux. And the trailer's not going to give you much, but I'm going to premiere it in about a week or two. So check it out when it comes out, and it'll be cool. It'll be cool, and I'm going to do it once a week, and it's going to be my little program on anime and whatnot. So, and that'll happen once a week. So definitely check it out when it premieres on my channel, probably next week. So that's enough out of me. So click it up if you like it, comment if you must, and please, please, please subscribe if you can. And this is your buddy, Alert Wolf, signing out.